If it's feeling impossible to plan a destination wedding in Europe on a low budget and you're worried constantly about breaking the bank, this is for you. I'm sharing my 5 need-to-know tips for planning an affordable destination wedding in Europe. But first, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and the bell to be notified every time I post a new video about destination wedding planning. I'm destination wedding planner Kate Northrup, and I help untraditional couples plan multi-day intimate destination weddings abroad. I've used these tips to successfully plan weddings on 4 continents and in 12 countries to date. I want to preface this video with what is low budget is subjective. One person spending $40,000 on their wedding could seem super cheap, and to another person that could seem like all the money in the world. Regardless of what you want to spend, there are cost-saving strategies that you can use to keep your overall costs in control and avoid spending on unnecessary things. Tip number 1, charge your guests for accommodations. This is the #1 cost-saving tip that I have given for couples to save over $20,000 on a destination wedding. Let me explain. When you have a destination wedding, your guests are expecting to pay for their flights and pay for their accommodations. It is totally within the realm of etiquette that you would not be covering those costs for your guests. So the huge key that you can use here is get a venue that has accommodations attached to it. When you pick your wedding venue, there might be 30 rooms on site, and your guests can stay in those rooms, just like they would stay in a regular hotel. Now, you can set the price for those rooms. So look at your wedding budget, look at what other hotels in the area cost, and set an appropriate cost for each room. Then your guests will be able to stay in that room, pay you, and you'll actually recoup that fund, which oftentimes makes your venue $0 because the costs that your guests are paying towards the room end up subsidizing the entire fee for the rental. You can also use the same strategy to have guests opt into excursions. So if you want to have a multi-day destination wedding and one day you want to do a wine tasting excursion, you don't have to pay for that for your guests. You can say, hey, there's an optional wine tasting on day 3. It's $100 per guest. Let us know if you'd like to come. And then they are paying for that excursion themselves, so you don't have to pay for them. Tip number 2, instead of having an open bar, have beer and wine only. This is one of the biggest cultural differences in weddings in America versus abroad. Here in the States, we kind of love an open bar, like a full open bar with beer, wine, and all the liquors. But abroad, the packages that they already have available are a little different. You're typically gonna see beer and wine served during dinner, and during cocktail hour, there might be a limited alcohol menu like an aperitivo if you're in Italy, for example. So maybe there's wines and an Aperol spritz available. After dinner, you have the option to have an after dinner bar where you can open up the bar beyond just beer and wine. Now, I see a lot of Americans that we do destination weddings with abroad wanting to have that open bar from cocktail hour all the way through the end of the night. And price-wise, it's kind of like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. It's just not the way that their packages are made. And so they end up charging you a lot of money to be able to stock those bars with full liquor for the whole night. And I will say the cost to upgrade into a full bar is between $75 and $100 per person. So my advice to you, if you can just lean into the cultural experience, is to just pick whatever bar package they have, and then you can do the bar package that's the after dinner bar where you introduce liquor after dinner when dancing starts. Number 3, lower your guest count. Your guest count is the biggest toggle that you can use to bring your wedding budget down. The truth is, it's a lot of money to feed people, give them drinks, and have enough chairs and rentals for them. Now, off the bat, generally, you can see between a 15 and 30% drop off from the number of people that you invite to your destination wedding to the number of people that actually come. That percentage significantly lowers, however, if you're inviting less than 50 people off the bat. The reason being, those 50 people are probably already your VVVIPs, and they're gonna make the time and space to go to your destination wedding. So if you have over 50 people, you can expect that 15 to 30% drop off to kick in for you, which is great. But we don't want to count on the no RSVPs to lower your guest count alone. So we need to drop your invited guest count as low as possible. That's the number of people that we're inviting to the wedding. We need to cull down ruthlessly. Okay, maybe not that ruthlessly, but we need to get it as low as possible. Why? Because for a multi-day destination wedding, you can expect to see between $500 and $800 of cost per person. This is just in the food, beverage, and rentals alone. So lowering your guest count, the less guests you'll have, the less money you'll spend. If this is resonating with you, hit that like button right now. Tip number 4, use the free stuff. What does that mean? I want you to leverage the free stuff that already is being provided by your venue and your caterer. Things that your venue might already provide is basic chairs, tables, linens, lighting, AV units. Things your caterer might bring are basic white china and glassware and silverware and napkins. If you want to have a low-cost wedding, use that stuff, meaning we're not upgrading anything. For example, if you upgrade the lights beyond whatever lights the venue already has to, let's say, chandeliers, or you upgrade your tabletop to a colored goblet and a printed floral tablecloth and gold flatware. That's super fun if you have the cash to burn, but it's a bunch of unnecessary costs that are going to drive up your total budget. I always say there is a reason that you're flying so far away to this venue. It's probably already inherently beautiful. So I highly recommend to keep costs low. We lean into the beauty of your venue and the landscape. The architecture is probably amazing and the view is probably fantastic. So lean into that and let that do the heavy lifting for your decor. Then from there, you can use the string lights that the venue might have, or maybe we can bring in some string lights for a very low cost if you need to. Add some candles, bada boom, bada bing. It's beautiful, it's done. Number 5, limit the amount of money that you are spending on a wedding planner. Yeah, coming from a wedding planner, this is how much I believe in this tactic. When you have a destination wedding, you have 2 options. Hire a planner that's local to your destination, or you can hire one that's local to you and fly them over. That's awesome if you can hire someone local to you. You share the same culture, the same language, the same time zone, and the same currency. However, it's super costly to bring them over to your destination with you. Now, hiring a wedding planner in your destination is obviously less expensive because they already live there. But if you're hiring a full service planner there, that's still a lot of money. On top of the money you're spending on that planner, there might now be a misalignment between you and them because you don't share the same culture, language, time zone, or currency. So yeah, you might still need help. Ideally, you're just hiring a planner that gives you just the amount of help that you need to get the job done so that you can preserve the rest of your budget for the actual wedding costs themselves. Shameless plug. I have a package design just for this. It's designed for wedding budgets as low as $30,000 and kind of the sweet spot if you want to work with an American without the price of flying them over. I'll put a link to learn more about that below. I want to give you a bonus nugget. As you are budgeting for your wedding, before you put money down on anything, I want you to make a priorities list of all the things that are important to you, from most important to least important. Agree with your partner on the order and then lock that in. As you start moving and spending money on your vendors, book them in order of priority to you. So you're spending more on the ones that are most important and you're booking them first. Then, if you find that you've gone over budget at any point, whatever was on the bottom of your list, it's gotta go. The 3 biggest items that I see couples end up taking out of their wedding budget to save money are transportation for their guests, videography, and rental upgrades. Let me know below which ones you would cut for your wedding to keep your costs low. Now you have these tips to make sure that you're reducing the cost of your wedding, keep it as low cost and affordable as possible, but you still need to figure out how much is it realistically going to cost for the expectations that you have before you start booking things. I highly recommend doing a budget exercise before you book a venue because you don't want to find out the hard way that you're gonna go over budget. So to set yourself up for a budgeting success, download my guide, Estimate the Cost of Your Destination Wedding in Europe or Mexico before booking a venue. The link is in the description below. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe, leave a comment, like the video, let me know below which tip was the most helpful for you. Happy budgeting!